Right. So, what does Shavuot mean? What does Shavuot mean?
Weeks.
Oh, come on. Really? I mean, Torah, Hashem, with all its genius, couldn't find a better name. Weeks. This is the holiday of weeks. I mean, how less exciting could boring. It's not articulate at all. Well, what does it mean? Obviously, it's not boring, and it is very articulate. At the point is, you have to understand it. Why call it Shavuot? What kind of a name is this? Right. So the thing is like this. We really, when Torah tells us something, we really have to understand. If I would ask you, I'm going to give you 4 words. You tell me which word doesn't belong with the rest. Which word is really not part of the same category? Right, here are the 4 words: day, week, month, year. Which word doesn't belong in this category?
Week.
Everybody agrees? Why? Why week? Why week, Michael?
Everything else is related to something.
And week.
Week is how do you?
Everything else, a day or a month or a year, are description of a natural phenomenon. A day is a time that it takes for the earth to go around itself. And a month is the cycle the moon goes around the earth. And year is the cycle of earth going around the sun. Week is no natural phenomenon. Week is a contract, is an agreement to keep something called a week. You have to have week. And it's very, very interesting that the whole world has it. And as a matter of fact, it is a little bit difficult thing. You know, when the world decided on hours, they made the hours into 60 minutes. Because it's very, very easy to divide. 60 could be divided by 2, by 3, by 4, by 5, by 6. It's very easy to divide. 7 cannot be divided by anything. You want to do something twice a week, you got a problem, you know. You want to do it 3 times a week, 4 times a week, it just there are no good ways of slicing and dicing. Week is not a very business friendly phenomenon at all. It's not. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. Right? We want to read Torah 3 times a week. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Shabbat. It's not the same. The length of the times is not the same. Monday, Thursday, and Shabbat. It's just you cannot have it. If it was up to us, we would not pick a unit of 7 days. We wouldn't. Right? Week is something that is absolutely talks about a different realm. Right? I spoke yesterday that Ramban is very much, he considers a plague, the Greek notion, if I could say that, with the Greek contribution to the world. They changed the world in a way that they denied the existence of the spiritual realm. We only deal with the physical realm. That was the Greek mentality, and that's what they contribute to the world. We still live in such a world. Perhaps things are changing a little bit, right? With a lot of things. Unfortunately, even in that, you have a lot of cheating and lying and whatever. But with the advent of, let's say, alternative medicine, this and that, we start to realize there is more to this world than just the physical that we see with our eyes. So says Ramban, we have to realize human being and the world in general has 2 dimensions. It has the spiritual dimension, has the physical dimension. Now, having a week is the biggest testimony of the spiritual dimension. Why do you keep the week? Because right? We keep a week because God commanded it as a reminder how the world came into being, as a reminder that there is a creator in the world. That's Shabbat, that's week. Unbelievable thing, the way that Hashem told us to go and prepare for Matan Torah is through Shavuot. You take 7 weeks, you make days, you turn them into weeks. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 7 days. Shehu Shavuot Echad. That is 1 week. You take the days and you turn them into weeks. One would have thought, and here is the real thing. One would have thought that the way to accept Torah is by being only a spiritual being, right? Fasting, this and that. That's the way to Torah. Hashem said just the opposite. No. You take the days and you make them into weeks. That means take every aspect of a physical world and merge it. Find a way to make it spiritual.
Build.
Right, build it. You make the day into weeks. That's why the name is Shavuot. The name is actually the job. An unbelievable thing, Gemara Betzah, you may have heard it. We heard it so much probably that we rubbed off. We don't realize what a powerful and really dynamic saying it is. We have a machloket between Rabbi Shua and Rabbi Lazar. Yom Tov, o kulo laHashem, o kulo lachem, and Rabbi Lazar says no, Chatzi laHashem, Chatzi laHashem. Rabbi Yehoshua says, look, Yom Tov, you want to do the mitzvah of Yom Tov? You have to do one of the two things. Either the whole day you spend on a spiritual thing, you learn Torah, you do tefillah, right, the whole day. Or the whole day you have a Seudah, you sit with family, you go visit. That's the mitzvah of Yom Tov. Mitzvah of Yom Tov to do one or the other. Rabbi Lazar says no, Chatzi lachem, Chatzi laHashem. Half and half. Half of the day davening, learning, your spiritual side. The other day, the other half, a good meal, time with the family, etc., etc.
Which Rabbi Lazar is this?
Rabbi Lazar Agado.
Son of Rabbi
Rabbi Lazar Agado, son of Hyrcanus. Rabbi Lazar Hyrcanus. So that is a machloket by every Yom Tov, Pesach, Sukkot, and Rosh Hashanah. But by Shavuot, there is no machloket. Wonder of wonders. By Shavuot, even Rabbi Yehoshua says, Chatzi lachem, Chatzi laHashem. By Shavuot, you must have. We would say, you know what? If they would ask us, how should Shavuot, what is the perfect Shavuot? Perfect Shavuot is, after you stayed up the whole night, grab a quick bite, and stay up the whole day too. Well, no.
All spiritual.
But not at all. Not at all. That's not Torah. Torah, the day of Shavuot, everybody agrees. It's Chatzi lachem and Chatzi laHashem. Even the other opinion is you. Because that is the job of Torah. Torah, we've said this before, by very essence, by very foundation, is very much against the idea of, depriving, and you have in the Christian philosophy, for example, they believe, especially Catholic, they believe very much in, depriving and in essence disqualifying anything that has to do with this world. You may do it, but in general it's not a good thing in its essence. A priest who's a holy man should not get married. Should not. Or you have those monks who go and live in a cave and they hardly eat, whatever the case may be. That, as a general rule, is disqualified as far as Torah is concerned. The way to do Kabbalat Torah is to have the physical. It's very, very easy to give up the physical and go on. It's easy. It's easy to become a monk. Trust me, it is.
You get used.
Right? No, it's just, when you don't have to do balance, you have to do balance, it's very easy. Right? As someone who has dieted, I tell you what the doctors say. It's so easy to go on a crash diet. Right? You go for a week, you don't eat anything, you lose 20 pounds. It's the easiest thing in the world. You're going to tell me it's not so easy, but it's not so hard, trust me. Like the doctors tell us, but the doctors say the real success is you cut down on your food intake 10 to 20%. That's the difficult part. When you do eat with a balance. That's a real difficult life, and that's what Torah is telling us. To go to one extreme, that is running away from human potential. And not dealing with the issue is not succeeding. Not succeeding. I know someone who has a driver's license and drives around, but cannot, use the car in reverse. Could never back up. So she finds always a way, a thing, so that she doesn't need to back up. The way she practices and that, whatever. She never goes in reverse. Right? So finding all the ways, all the, in a way that you don't have to use reverse doesn't mean you know how to drive. You still don't know how to drive. You just avoided the issue. Avoiding the issue is not really being in control of the issue. The way of Matan Torah is to find our life, really balance it right. Balance it right. Be balanced. Make it spiritual. Take your days, it has to be a day. But then make that day into a week. Shavuot. You take 49 days and you make it into 7 weeks. That is the perfect way to be ready for Matan Torah. Not 49 days of fasting. 49 days and you made it 2 weeks. You found ways to elevate them. Truly. That merge the physicality with the spirituality. So that's why the name obviously is the very definition of the holiday. The very definition of accepting Torah is to bringing these two words together. Bringing the human potential on both levels of his physical and the spiritual side. חג שמח.
אבל in the beginning